Hi guys, Fliteska here. Today we are going to continue with our player home, but we're gonna do something slightly different where you actually purchase the items for your home. Right, we are in the CK, mods loaded up, and we are in the cell that I created in the last video, but I've added a bunch of extra items to this cell, and what we're going to do is first we're going to make it so we can actually use like items from a central storage area. So we're going to link this, 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 and not that, uh, not nope, and this to use this box, and it's fairly simple to do. So what we'll do is click on the weapons workbench, right click, edit, and we're already in linked refs, so if you're not on there, just find it using the arrows. Right click, new, and select reference in window, click on our chest. Keyword is workshop link container, and we also want to link it again with workshop item keyword. Not sure if that one's actually needed, but the container definitely is. And we also want to remove the respawns tag there, and I'm gonna repeat that for each one. Not that fridge, so we're just gonna speed through this and just make sure we actually get the right ones. God, there's actually a lot more of these keywords than I thought there was. So what I'll do is I'll finish this one and then I'll come back and we'll have all of them done. So it's just a case of repeating that process, making sure you turn off respawns. And right, I'm gonna just go through the other items and I'll be back. Right, so I've now added each of those keywords to all the different items, and what I want to do is I want to make it so I can kind of hide these items until later. So, oh god, I clicked on statics without a filter. So, give it a second. And in statics, we want to find an X marker and just chuck one on. Oh, if you can't see a red X that appears, just press M on the keyboard. There we go. We've got an X marker. Just place it anywhere. I'm gonna just duplicate that a couple of times. Doesn't really matter. You can't see them in game. Alright, I'm gonna double click on one of them and we're gonna call it MPH Sank Home 01 Kitchen Marker. And just so we don't have to type it all out multiple times, just gonna copy the first bit, press OK, click on the next one, paste part of that in, and we'll do weapon marker, press OK, do another one, chem marker, do another one. Right, the names of these don't really matter, just kind of, I'm just naming them for what I'm actually going to do. what the plan is this X marker, which is the armor one, is going to be linked as a parent to these two, and the weapons one will be attached to that one. Kitchen will be all of the kitchen items, and the chem one will be for the chem station. So how we do that is first we pick our items that we want to be as a group. Well, that we want to have a parent, I should say, not as a group. God, I hate that bloody fridge. Right, and get rid of that. Alright, so with our items selected, I can press minus on the keyboard to bring up the batch action screen. And what we're going to do is choose set enable parent and select reference in the window. Is this the kitchen one? Nope, that was the weapons. So like since I named these all, it's a bit easier to find them. So I'm just going to choose the kitchen one from there. Alright, so we've picked our reference, we've got our items up here, and we're going to set enable parent. And what that does is if the X marker is enabled, so will those items. So rather than doing something like referencing all three of those items, we can just reference the X marker. So I'm going to click do and just close that. I don't know if you've got to close it, but it's just out of habit, I guess. All right, we'll do the same on this one. Right, you sometimes are able to do the enable thing in here, but it never seems to appear for me. So even with one item, I just press minus to bring up the menu again, and this time we'll select the weapons one. Got the weapon. It's already set to enable parent. Click do, and again we'll do armor. Just control click to get multiple, and press minus. Select again, and this one. Yep, it's already set to enable parent. Press do, and then lastly the chemistry bench. Press minus. Select our reference. Get our chem marker. Press do. Alright, there is a bit that I just missed out on here. If I double click these these X markers, they aren't disabled. So I could just come in each one and click initially disabled, or I could control click to get each of them, press my minus button, and in here set initially disabled, and just press do. And now if I click on this, it's disabled, 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 and disabled. Okay, so now if we were to go into our little cell here, there would just be the bed and this box, and the rest would be empty. Just going to save that just to be on the safe side. What we're going to do is we're going to create a quest, which will be the controller for this enable disable business. So once we're in quest, just right click new and give it an ID. My player homes sync home 01 quest. Again, doesn't matter what you name it. Give it a priority. I just generally stick to like the mid 40s. Start game enabled, run once. It's just a controller quest. We don't need to worry too much about it. And just going to press OK. and then gonna type it in again, and you can see I did this already to make sure that my idea was actually going to work, and it did on the first go. So I was like really pleased with that because I was just making this up as I went with the idea. So we're going to jump into aliases and right click, new reference alias, and give that a second, a long second. Give it a name, kitchen, and specific reference, and click select force reference, select reference in render window. It was that one, I believe, for the kitchen. Yep, and press OK. Press OK again. Another new reference alias, and since this is actually taking a little longer than I was hoping, I'm gonna just stop the video there, and I'm gonna fill this in for each of the X markers. Okay, so I've added each of our aliases in now, and we're gonna go into quest stages, and we're gonna set up our little fragments that will enable the references. So in here, just put a semicolon in, press compile. So we've got a fragment to work with, and click on properties. I've already filled this in, so I just put like add property, choose reference alias as the type, and I just used the name of the alias, so armor set, chem set, kitchen set, weapon set. It doesn't matter what the names are, it just lets you remember where things actually are, and obviously if you use the same names, it will automatically fill them for you. So there is that. So you do that for each of your reference aliases, press OK, and then we are going to add another stage. I'm going to right click new and pick 10. Like, it's best to do increments of, like, say 10, so in case you wanted to add additional bits in, like, in between, um you can't put like 0.5, so it becomes a lot more difficult. Obviously for our case that doesn't really matter, but it's just something to remember. And if you're just using it as a controller quest, it keeps you right really, so you know 10, 20, 30, 40, that kind of thing. So add index 10, I'm going to right click in the entries and pick new, and we're going to put in the notes kitchen set, and that's going to be, we're going to enable our kitchen set. The node just shows up on this side, so we're all right there. Right, so I've already added the properties, so I'm going to do kitchen set dot get ref, so it actually gets the reference in the cell, and we're going to do dot enable, and we're going to click compile. It'll freeze for a second. As long as nothing pops up going, it's all broken, you're fine. Okay, I'm just going to copy that script, going to right click, add another stage 20, add a new log, we'll call that weapon set, paste that in, put in weapon set, compile that, so that'll just enable the weapon set, and 30, new entry, armor set, paste that in, armor set, compile that, right click on the side again, 40, new log entry, chem set, paste that in again, put chem set, and press compile. Okay, so all this quest is really doing is it's going to enable those references for us. That's all it's going to do. So we're done with the quest, and we're going to do the purchasing and real work in a terminal. So we're going to press OK, and this is the terminal we're going to use. And if I come down to terminals, Sankhome 01 terminal, that's this one here. I'm going to double click on it, and what I'm going to do is add, well, first I'm going to get rid of the whole holotape, and we're going to call it purchase terminal, doesn't really matter, and give it a body text, build your perfect home, again, whatever you want it to be. Alright, so on the menu items, we're going to right click new, and we're going to say purchase kitchen set 500 caps, and we want to force that to redraw, just so when you click that button it's actually going to like re-give you the list. We're going to say in the response purchased kitchen set. Okay, and we're going to do that. Can do that again. Purchase weapon set. We'll give that 250 caps. Response text. Purchased weapon set. False redraw. And again. Purchase armor set. And we're going to say that's 500 because we're getting the armor workbench and the power armor. Purchased armor set. And last one, purchase chem set, and that can be 250 caps as well. And put in purchased chem set. Okay, so obviously at the minute this literally does nothing. So what we want to do is we want to do the usual, put a semicolon in there, press compile so we get a fragment, and then click on properties. And we only need 2 properties on here. One is our controller quest, which I named MPH Sankhome 01 quest. Again, in fact, I'm just going to be lazy and go home quest, and then I'll just pick my quest from the list. Edit value, and then just home quest 01. There we go. Just saves me writing that out. And we also want to add a misc item, which is our caps, which is caps 001. And there we go. We're linked up to our quest. We've got our caps, and we're going to press OK. And what we can do is well, first we want to check to see if the player has 500 caps to buy the kitchen set. So game.getPlayer dot get item count caps 001. So how many caps does the player have? If it is less than 500, alright, we just want to return. We don't want to do anything. You could like put in debug notification, need more caps. That's what we'll do actually. Okay, and then return. And if the player does have more than 500 caps, it'll obviously make it through that if block. So we can just do game.get player dot remove item caps 001 and our 500 caps. And then, so that's obviously getting the caps off the player. We're going to do home quest. So this is going to pick up our quest that we made. I'm going to do set stage, and I believe my stage for the kitchen being enabled was 10, but you can easily just open your quest up. Yeah, kitchen set was 10. So if I set it as 10, it'll trigger that quest. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to compile it, and it did not like that. Loop did not. Oh, I've missed a bracket somewhere. Oh, I didn't. I actually put an extra bracket in there. Copy that. There we go. So that's going to set stage 10, and so we said 250. We're going to change this to 250. Take away 250, and weapons was 20. Oh, just compile that. I don't know if you've got to compile each time. No, it's not going to do any harm though, is it? It's already set to 500 for armor, and set that to 30. And finally, we want to change this to 250 again for the chems, and set stage 40. 40. There we go. Press compile. Obviously, we don't want the player to keep doing this. So what we can do is on each of the items, you can right click in the conditions, choose new, and in the function get stage done. Alright, so choose get stage done, click on the box that says invalid error, and find our quest, which is that one, and we have stage 10 there. So if stage 10 is not done, so 0 is that it's not done, 1 is it is done, basically true or false. And we repeat that for each one. So just to save some time, I'm going to right click, copy condition, come into this one, paste condition, double click, and click on the that box again, and we will choose weapon set and press OK. And we'd go onto armor, paste condition, double click, armor set, press OK, press OK. Go on to chems, paste that in, and there we go, select that one, and that is most of the work done. Like the OK button just kind of hides down there, but we should be able to close all this out now. Like that's already set up. We can get into our cell. I'm going to save the plugin, and we're going to jump in game, and hopefully we'll have an empty building, but we'll see. Okay, we are in our empty cell now, just the bed and the box and our terminal. So we can see purchase terminal, press A to use, build your perfect home, purchase kitchen set for 500 caps, You can see remove 500 caps, and it tells us that we've purchased the kitchen set and it has removed it from the list. So I press B to exit. There we go. There's our kitchen set, and weapon set takes 250, armor set takes 500, and finally the chem set. There we go. So we can use that to purchase items. Could be a cool way of like upgrading your home. Like you could like get a bit fancy with your X markers and like replace this crappy bed with a cool looking bed, um, like a better fridge, so you could like upgrade them. Oh, and one last bit, this box. If I click transfer on here, there's no items in the workbench. If I not right click, press X, I'm gonna drop in the ash maker. So that's in the box now. Come across, transfer, it's there, and it'll be on there as well. There as well, and on there. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.